option, right? And so we're getting new investors in, a lot of it being like US macro-based investors, and they're starting to use Bitcoin to hedge out inflation. And then what you see is once people tend to get into Bitcoin, then they start to spread out. And what we saw over the last couple of weeks was big banks like JP Morgan came out and said, listen, it might be better to buy Ethereum over Bitcoin in this type of environment. But the message is that institutional investors are here, they're investing, and that's what's keeping the bid under.
Wow, I'm sorry. I did not even realize that my mic was muted. I just noticed that right now. So let me go back. Let me go back to the beginning, and again, technical things happens when you're doing a YouTube video. Things happen, so that's perfectly fine. But going back, I was saying that this morning, Bitcoin was up to 68,000. It touched the overall crypto market cap went over 3 trillion. It actually pushed 3.1 almost, but it's pulling back, a little healthy pullback. That's perfectly fine. The volume is at 140 billion, and Bitcoin dominance is at 43.5%, while Ethereum still sits, right below 20%. So right here, crypto overall is pretty much flat. Bitcoin is sitting at 66,680. Actually ticked up from a couple minutes ago when I was muted, unfortunately. And now Ethereum is at 4,766, while Cardano's sitting at 227, up 8% for the day, almost 14% for the week. And I just I said, like I said before, Shiba is down, 1%, and it's down 20% for the week, almost 20% for the week. And then Litecoin is a big standout. Thanks, Brian. Man, that's good. I looked at my computer and I saw that my mic wasn't moving. And I was like, oh crap, I just I talked for 5 minutes. So let me go back and do it again. But here we are. So like I was saying, Litecoin has been, moving a lot the past 24 hours, up 18%, almost 19% for the 24-hour period, 13.7% for the week. And then VeChain has been a big mover the past week, up 4% in the last 24 hours, and then 23, almost 24% for the week. So we have some big movers, but overall the market is actually a little flat. They're probably taking a little bit from Bitcoin, and that is to be expected since Bitcoin ran a lot yesterday. And then Ryan Kelly, you guys heard the interview, and I agree with him. He brought a very good point that institutional investors, they look at Bitcoin first, and then after they learn about it, they start branching out into other things. Institutions, they look at Bitcoin to branch out. Retail investors, they look at meme coins, and then they branch out. They look for other ones. So while institutional investors, they're looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Cardano and Polygon. Retail investors, they're looking at Doge and Shiba, and then they start looking for those next big movers, and that's to be expected. And the next few weeks, I expect cryptocurrency to make very, very big moves. So that's just what that interview said, and yeah, Bitcoin's making big moves. And then this article, as Bitcoin soared past 68K, Plan B says floor to model shows BTC reaching 100K this year. I mean, that is something that we've talked about on this channel a lot. But on November 8th, 2021, the price of Bitcoin reached an all-time high of 68,564 per unit at 10:57 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday evening. Meanwhile, Plan B, the creator of Bitcoin price to model called the stock to flow, has correctly predicted the last 3 months of Bitcoin prices and recently said that the base on the floor model, the price will reach 100K this year. I mean, that is something that we've talked about. I've actually called between 115 and 130, and that will be the top for Bitcoin. There's a lot of other players, they're way more bullish than I am. They're calling it 300K. I just don't see it. Not this go around, at least. It could in the next 3-4 years. Yeah, I could reach 300K, but not this bull cycle. I see the top as being 130 at the highest, but we shall see. And then Kraken, on the other hand, Kraken predicts a 96,000 BTC price top. As analyst says, 1 trillion market cap is now cemented. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is solid on the 1 trillion. It's actually sitting at what? Market cap 1.2 and a half trillion. So yeah, it's definitely cemented. So, but Kraken still says, that at 96,000 BTC, that will be it. But BTC price predictions reaching 300,000, just like I said. The new analyst from Kraken suggests that if BTC USD pair were to copy 2017 performance, this cycle's top will end up being under 100K. I don't know. So yeah, maybe 100K will be it, but I still see 113. I definitely don't see the 200 300 calls. If that were to happen, like, I'll take it, but I don't see it happening. But on other news, DeFi trading volume on large DEX has jumped 550% in 2021. The value on large decentralized exchanges like Uniswap and SushiSwap grew 5x compared to last year, but the overall number of active cryptocurrency exchanges has been on a steady decline, according to Chainalysis report. Decentralized exchanges are booming, and their growth is currently outpacing that of centralized counterparts, according to new reports on Chainalysis. And that's to be expected, in my opinion. At the end of the day, a lot of people don't want to, deal with KYC and know your customer requirement and anti-money laundering, all that regulations. They want to hop into crypto, do the trading that they're going to do, and then, move their money aside. But between 2021 and 2022, the value on large decentralized exchanges like Curve, Uniswap, PancakeSwap grew by about 550%. The number of DEX has grown more than any other category. That puts them head and shoulders above that of their over-the-counter brokers, centralized exchanges, and what Chainalysis calls high-risk exchanges, or ones with minimal know-your-customer requirements. I mean, the thing is, Uniswap, Sushi, all those decentralized exchanges, none of them do know your customer regulations or anything like that. They don't follow anything. You literally go, you plug your wallet to the exchanges, you do your trading, and that's it. They follow no requirements. So I guess what they're referring to is those tiny obscure exchanges. They are still centralized, but they don't follow any regulation. Those are the ones, that you have to be very careful with, because those are the ones that end up collapsing, or you have a really hard time withdrawing your crypto because liquidity is super low. So I personally stay away from those two. So I make sure that I do as much research as possible on exchanges that I'm utilizing. So keep that in mind. But crypto lender Nexo acquires stake in U.S. broker-dealer Texture Capital. Nexo has announced it acquired a stake in Texture Capital Holdings Corp., a parent company of the U.S. broker-dealer Texture Capital. The stake in Texture Capital is part of a seed round for the broker. Texture Capital is a member of the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA. It is registered as a broker-dealer with the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission. The firm specializes in the issuance and trading of digital currencies using blockchain technology. Texture Capital is incorporated in Delaware and registered in all 50 states. So, recently Nexo received a letter from the New York Attorney General, like a cease and desist letter, but Nexo does not operate in New York or anything like that. So I guess, they're trying to move into the US and be more regulatory compliant through Texture Capital, which it's already registered with the SEC. So that is something that Nexo won't have to worry about. So I think, this is a good investment for them, and it just allows them to expand into the US. So there's nothing wrong with that. And then Ripple to launch Bitcoin and Ethereum Hub plans DeFi offering. Ripple is branching out the San Francisco-based company whose business strategy has been based around cryptocurrency XRP since its inception, announced on Tuesday that it will offer its clients a handful of other crypto tokens too. The new service, named Ripple Liquidity Hub, will launch next year and allow clients to buy and sell Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum Classic. The so-called hub will plug into Ripple's existing on-demand liquidity platform, which lets banks, market makers, and other financial institutions carry out cross-border payments using XRP if they choose. Ripple says that cash-to-crypto vending machine service CoinMe will be among the initial users of the new service. I think this is great. It not only solidifies the utility of the XRP ledger, because all those cryptocurrencies will be able to move through the ledger, but it also shows that Ripple, the company, is not so only focused on XRP, and that takes away that security title that they've given XRP and stuff like that. Now Ripple can show like, no, we are working with other blockchains. We are facilitating financial institutions and the use of moving liquidity through cryptocurrency. So this is big, in my opinion. This is very, very, very big when it comes to Ripple and XRP to begin with. And then OpenSea volume hits new all-time high. OpenSea is one of the market leaders in the NFT space, and volume on NFT trading platform has hit new all-time high. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to say here. People buy and sell NFTs on OpenSea, and as the crypto market starts to move up and hit new all-time highs, it is just expected that the same thing will happen with NFTs, especially Ethereum, since a lot of them are on the Ethereum network. As Ethereum moves up in price, NFTs are going to move up in price. So they're, like I said, they're all pegged to Ethereum. At least most of them are. But yeah, that's that news. And then China CBDC, PBOC to continue Digital Yuan development despite CBDC scam. The latest development in China's central bank digital currency post the controversial CBDC scam saw the People's Bank of China reinstate its determination towards expanding and advancing the development of digital yuan. According to Reuters, exclusive coverage of the Bank of Finland event, where the PBOC Governor Yi Gang spoke remotely about the Chinese authorities' plan to improve the design and uses of the digital yuan. So there was a scam apparently where people were making copycats of the Chinese CBDC, but it's expected that China is still going to launch it. At the end of the day, that provides more control over their currency, and if they want to debase it, they can do it quicker through a CBDC than they could with cash, with fiat. So I mean, it's expected that they're still going to launch it. There's nothing new about that. And then on other news, Nigeria continues on crypto crackdown, freezes trading accounts. So Nigeria actually just launched their own CBDC, but inflation is hitting Nigeria really hard. It's actually, let me see, Nigeria inflation rate. Oops, inflation. Yeah, in 2021, Nigeria's inflation rate projected to reach 16%. So a lot of people in Nigeria, they're trying to move into crypto, because again, their currency is falling apart, but the government, they're against it. They're afraid that as more people move away from the government currency, inflation could get even worse. So the government is really cracking down on trading accounts, and as you can see, they are closing them, and they want people to stick to their currency and I guess hope for the best. So they're pretty much living on a prayer at this point. So yeah, I mean, and people are going to find other ways to circumvent the government. They're going to hop on decentralized exchanges, which is what a lot of Chinese people did. They went to DYDX to trade because the Chinese government said that it was illegal and whatnot. So hey, I can't blame them. Can't blame the people. And then Robinhood hacked with over 7 million users affected. The popular investment app Robinhood announced recently that it experienced a data security breach on November 3rd, 2021. The incident gave the attackers access to personal information belonging to millions of users on the platform. The unauthorized party gained access to the customer support system via a social engineering technique, Robinhood stated in a blog post. Although the security threat has been contained according to the investment platform, the attackers had already gained access to a limited amount of customer information. The investment app, which has multiple cryptocurrencies available on its platform, noted that following its investigation, the hackers successfully obtained email addresses belonging to approximately 5 million customers. Additionally, another 2 million users had their full names compromised. So if you're on Robinhood, make sure that you're not answering to scam emails and whatnot, and don't give out your passwords or your usernames to anybody that asks for them. Keep your private information close to you, and be careful out there. I don't want anybody to get hurt. And now you guys know, that some bad actor out there possibly has your email and full name, especially if you operate on Robinhood. So just be careful out there. And then more scams, cash in, fraud out. Criminals target Bitcoin ATMs as crypto popularity surges. This is from CNBC. As the number of Bitcoin ATMs around the country skyrockets, criminals have increasingly used the machines in schemes, including money laundering and drug trafficking. The ease of transactions and relative anonymity allowed when using them has contributed to abuses of the ATM. Some in the industry are pushing for uniform standards to prevent crime and made a patchwork of rules and state laws. I mean, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Legislators and states and the federal government, all of them, they need to put out a regulation that covers all of this. I feel like the government, they're just taking a very laissez-faire approach to cryptocurrency, and they're just letting it happen. And again, the industry and government needs to work together to make sure that it's comprehensive regulation to protect the investors and companies. And at the end of the day, again, don't fall for any scams and stuff like that. One of the very popular ones that I always tell people about is the one that they say, oh, send 50 whatever to this address and then we'll double it or triple it or quadruple it. Don't fall for that. That's just a huge scam, and you will never you won't get your money back. You'll actually end up losing, and you'll be very upset about it. So protect your private keys, protect your password, protect your login information. Don't send crypto to anybody you don't know, and don't send crypto and expect crypto back if that's what they're saying. It's a complete lie, and that's the end of it. Stay vigilant out there, and don't fall for that. Please don't. And then on stock market news, stock market could soar to new heights in weeks ahead, even though inflation data may come in hot. Rising prices are a major focus of the markets in the weeks ahead, as both customer and producer price inflation measures are reported. So the CPI is supposed to come out on Thursday or Friday of this week. So, and the numbers are expected to be, higher than expected. And so, but again, last week, the FOMC, the Federal Reserve, they left rates unchanged. They did say that they were going to stop buying bonds and government-backed securities. So the money printing will be reduced drastically, but the rates are still low. So, I mean, at the end of the day, money has to flow somewhere. and it's going to go to the place of least resistance. And currently, right now, it's the stock market. So the stock market could soar, but a lot of people and analysts, they're getting concerned that it's running way too hot and it could trigger, a crash of at least 20%. So be careful. Be careful where you put your money. Stay on the news, pay attention. And I mean, yeah, like I said, money has to go somewhere. And right now it's the stock market and, crypto. But crypto is not as hot. It's not running as hot as the stock market, in my honest opinion. I mean, the stock market has been running hot since March of last year. We dipped and it just literally went pretty much up on a straight line. So be careful once again, and do your research, stay vigilant, stay informed. Don't just put your money and let it sit there. That's how you get hurt. And do your own research. But anyways, that is all I got today. I apologize for the technical difficulties that we had at the beginning of the show. I will make sure, not to let that happen again. But, make sure you guys tune in tonight at 9:30 p.m. for Crypto After Dark. I believe Brian will be covering NFTs, non-fungible tokens. So that should be a very interesting show. So tune in for that. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Wow, where's my mouse?